Football is in danger, mate. I think football's in real danger. Because as you can see on screen right there, Arsenal just won 3-1. Now, I'm starting to get a little bit worried, man, about this Arsenal team, mate. I'm starting to get a little bit worried about this Arsenal team. I didn't think that they would be able to do what they're currently doing. We've all known that their defence is mega, and it is mega. But they are now scoring a lot of goals, which the main concern to me, when people were saying to me, like Arsenal fans, are like, LB, why not think Arsenal can win the league or Champions League, whatever? I always said, because I don't think they've got the firepower up top. 4 goals against Spurs. 3 goals against Bayern Munich. I don't know, obviously, Bayern Munich gifted 2 of the goals, but it's irrelevant. Pressure was on them. You can say you forced the errors. I'm looking at Arsenal at the moment, and I just think they look unstoppable. Arsenal look unstoppable right now. And I don't know, it's tough, man, because like I'm looking at City, mate, and I'm like, yo, in the league, what we gonna do? We need to put a run together, and we're just not looking like, I don't know, I'm getting stressed watching my team because we're not like consistent. I'm putting in those performances consistently. Yeah, Chelsea ain't gonna do shit over the course of a season. Yeah, they might take points of Arsenal the weekend, but over the course of a season, I don't see it. But Champions League, if I was an Arsenal fan, I don't think there's a better year for Arsenal to win the Champions League than this year. I'm looking around Europe, yeah. PSG ain't looking as good as last year. Real Madrid ain't looking amazing. Bayern ain't going to win nothing with that defence. And Harry Kane, statue a little bit up top. I genuinely believe, yeah, that Arsenal might be the best suited to win the Champions League because of the way they play football. I actually think they're better suited to win the Champions League than the Premier League, if I'm being completely honest with you. If I'm being completely honest, I actually think they're better suited to win the Champions League. The only thing that's stopping them from the Champions League is when you get to those deep stages, semi-finals and finals, I think it's like you need players that have been there, done it. And in fact, although to be fair, they have already lost a final back in the day, there was a thing going around that nobody has ever won the Champions League in their first ever Champions League final or something. I've seen that when we was in it. But obviously Arsenal have already lost the Champions League final against Barcelona. I don't know, they just look so like good defensively and in midfield. And even though I still think they can massively improve in their forward line, they're doing enough to win these games. Their set pieces are an absolute joke, and we all know that. They're a joke. Like, every single one, like, literally almost creates a chance. It's just wild, man. It's just wild, bro. Like, but at the same time, this does ramp up the pressure on Arteta because, he's not won out in 6 years. They're playing, well, I wouldn't say playing good football, but they're getting good results. And now it's about put up or shut up time. It's all good doing this. It's all good, like, scaring the living daylights out of every single fan in England. But you got to go and get the trophies now. With the squad Arsenal have, there is absolutely no excuse for them not to win a major trophy this year. Yeah? And they should be winning the Champions League or Premier League. One of them. Maybe both. Go win both. And if he wins them both, fucking hell. Statue for Arteta. That'd be wild, wouldn't it? After the whole Arteta in Arteta out thing. Listen, they're looking good, man. I have to give Arsenal credit. You know what I mean? Shout out the Arsenal fans. We've had a lot of banter over the last years. But they're looking really good, man. I can't lie. I've cooked Arsenal for years. But I can't be shameless. I have to give you my honest opinion. And my honest opinion right now is that I think they're looking really good. And I'm a bit worried about them. As for Liverpool, it might be time. Arne Slot, mate. 4-1 at home to PSV Eindhoven. 8 losses in 11. Which is actually better than Pep and City last year. But that's still besides the point. Yeah? He could be cooked, man. Can you believe this? Is this the worst title defence of all time? I know Leicester were worse, technically, but they didn't spend 400 million quid and break the British transfer record twice. Twice they broke the record, mate, in one window. I couldn't believe it. I'm going to be honest with you, yeah? When I seen people doing a whole slut out thing like a month ago, I thought, yous are weirdos, man. Honestly, I thought, what are you doing, yeah? But fair play, man, because now I'm looking at it thinking, I don't think this guy, and I said this on the streams this week, I think Slot's lost the plot. I don't think he knows what he's doing. I think the job's too big for him. They created an environment in the summer with all these new players and all these changes that forced him to do things that he didn't have to do last year. Let's be honest, that team last year was Klopp's team, yeah? And he went in there, changed very little, and everybody stayed fit. Everyone was mega. And also, yeah, and I know Liverpool's fans don't want to hear this, yeah? But City and Arsenal were no real threat, right? So they coasted through. That doesn't take anything away from the league. You deserve to win the league, yeah? But now the pressure's on, yeah? Now the pressure's on. He's failing, mate. And I'm looking at Liverpool now and I'm thinking, rah, West Ham at the weekend. Go on then. I'll do a watch-along on that. I was never going to do a watch-along on that. Bro, they're going to struggle there, man. He's under serious pressure. I don't think he gets sacked after this result. But Sunday, if they lose to West Ham, and that's 9 losses in 12, then I think he might go, which is absolutely wild because there can't be a single person on this planet that would have thought that was going to happen. And I just can't believe I can't believe this has happened. I'm stunned that we're in this position with Liverpool. Yeah? But I don't think they did. They had a good window, yeah, and they moved like a big club, but they moved like it was FIFA. Yeah, and I'm not going to do too much revisionism, yeah? But at the same time, they should never have signed Isak. They should have signed another centre-half, yeah? They should have signed a proper DM, yeah? Because Gravenberch, man, yeah, I don't think he's an actual legit DM, man. I think he's an 8 that did a really good job last year, but they need a proper DM. They need a proper right-back as well, yeah? And they need another centre-half. And they could have done that if they didn't buy Isak. But listen, it's just wild. I can't believe what I'm seeing with Liverpool, man. I'm like, chat are telling me 4-3, 4-5. Yeah, I'm like, yo. Booed off the pitch. If they don't win at the weekend, mate, they are fried. Yeah? And as for Spurs, is there anything to talk about? Did anyone really expect them to get a result? I mean, GG's for scoring the goals, man. I didn't even think you'd score a single goal there. Yeah, but listen, Spurs do Spurs things. Get themselves back into the game. Fight, get back, and then they just gift PSG a goal and then they crumble. So, nothing really to talk about Spurs. But yeah, shout out Arsenal, fair play. They're looking good right now. Can they keep it up for the full season? We are still only in November. Have they peaked too soon? Don't know. Liverpool, the good news is for them, it is still only November, so they can turn this around. Spurs are shit. And we're not talking about City. See you later.